This is the 40K to 400K Formula Workshop. Welcome. It's run by Insightful and the e-commerce circle. This is where we help Shopify store owners, budding e-com entrepreneurs build out their fast path plan to help them get more consistent Shopify orders. Before we get started, there's three things that we'd like you to do. We're going to be here for about an hour or so. So to make the most of this time together, we'd love you to be focused. Obviously, if you are driving, like David's driving out in Oakley somewhere, if you're driving or otherwise occupied, please pay attention when you're listening. But if you are here on your computer, we love you to lock in and stay focused. You'll get the most out of this by staying tuned in. We love you to be seen. Most of you do have your cameras on. Particularly if we're going to call you up on stage and have a chat with you, we'd love to see your lovely faces. There's only a few of you that don't have cameras. We understand tech issues, but we'd love you to have your cameras on, but mute yourself. We'll bring you up on stage or ask you to unmute during the call. We also love you to have a chat. We will be active in the chat. So if you don't know where that is, figure out where the chat is, get that open. We'll be asking some questions. And if you've got questions, comments, queries as we go through, feel free to drop those into the chat, which you can see Paul has dropped that in now, so that should be highlighted. Drop in there. We will be engaging with you, so we're not just going to be talking at you for the next hour we spend together. Few goals for today on this workshop. We want you to leave with a better understanding of how to convert more browsers, so more of the people that come to your website, how to turn them into buyers, right? How to take all of that traffic that's coming to your site and maximize as many as possible so that we get as many of them as possible buying stuff from us. We talk a lot about conversion. If you follow us in our Shopify Australia group, if you're inside of any of our communities, we bang on all the time about conversion rate because it's really the one thing in your business that you can do that gets you maximum output for the same budget, right? So if you send 1,000 people to your store and you convert at 0.5% or 1%, you can send that same amount of traffic. So spend the same money, send those same 1,000 people to your store and convert at 4, 5, 6%. You exponentially grow your business without spending more money on traffic. So that's why we love conversion so much. We'd rather you improve the experience in your website, in your marketing, in your messaging, these sorts of things to improve that customer experience and generate more sales from the same traffic. This also leads into your paid ads. And we also want you to walk away today with what we call our pathway to profit, which is our fast path plan method, which we will take a couple of you through potentially on the call here today live. We'll audit your business, have a look at your website, have a look at what you're doing, and break down the best next steps for you in your business. And for most of you on the call, sort of depending where you're at in your business, this will apply to most of your businesses as well. So stay tuned as we get into the fast path plan next steps because they will be relevant to you as well. Big question we get on these workshops is, will this stuff work for me? Right, then there's kind of three flavors of this, right? Will it work in my niche? Will it work at my size? Will it work now? And the short answer is yes, right? We have 200 plus brands inside of our paid community, inside the e-commerce circle, in every possible niche imaginable. Because we teach principles and principles that have worked for a long time and will work for a long time. It's not flash in the pan guru stuff that's working today. This is tried and tested stuff that's been working and will always work. It works for all of the niches, right? Doesn't matter how niche down you are, how specific you are. You sell fluorescent candles for cat lovers in Southeast Queensland, right? No matter how niche down, these principles will work for you. It'll also work for any size of business. Again, because it's principle based, we apply the same principles to businesses doing 40K a month to businesses doing 4 million a month, right? There's just different scale and different levels to these things. But again, because we're based in principle, we can apply it to different business stages as well as different niches. And the stuff we teach works right now. It's worked in the past, it works today because it's principle based. And because all of our coaches, all of our experts, all of the people in our community are live working inside of e-commerce businesses right now, inside of live Meta accounts, Google accounts, email accounts, today in 2025, inside of actual e-commerce businesses. So if you're an e-commerce founder, if you have a Shopify store or you're considering moving to a Shopify store, this call is for you. Three types of people we really like to work with that we tend to find and meet on these calls is the business owner who's passionate, right? Most of you here probably love the products that you're selling, or you have a passion for something. You got a great idea. You know that this thing could have a real positive impact in the world. Maybe you've seen that. You've proven that people love this product. They love to buy it, but you just don't know that next best step to kind of pour petrol on this thing and take it to the next level. Right. But you know that with those next right moves, this thing could really work. It could help a lot of people, and you could create a lot of benefit out in the world. A lot of those same people are really overwhelmed, right? Because you sit on calls like this, you sit in all the free communities, you spend hours and hours consuming all of the YouTube guru and Insta gurus and all the content, and you just end up so overwhelmed that you end up just procrastinating, right? Because now you've got 4,000 possible things that you could possibly do. They're all different and everyone tells you something different and you don't know which one to work. So you just procrastinate and you don't do anything for another year. And then another year goes by and another year, right? So part of this call today, a big part of this is, can you just let people in, Paul?
Yeah,
Uh,
yes.
So yeah, big part of this call today is to get you not underwhelmed, but to get the whelm just right, to reduce a lot of that overwhelm, give you those best next steps, the next 2 to 3 things that if you executed them in the next 30, 60, 90 days, you'll actually move your business forward faster. We also like to work with people that make money or want to make money or want to keep more of the money that they make, right? We want to help you grow your ecom business, and we want to help you do that in a way where you're not just a collection agency for the ATO. As much as we love the ATO and we want to pay them all their dues, we want to keep some for ourselves because we're business owners and we have families and we have lives and we have hobbies, and we're not just running business because business is so much fun all the time. Generally, we're running businesses to support our lifestyle, to support our families, to support the things we love to do outside of work. So we want to help you actually make money in your business so that you have leftover to flow into those types of activities. So why should you listen to Paul or myself or our team? As I said, we don't teach theory, we teach by experience. We teach by stuff that we practice, that Paul practiced in his e-commerce business that he ran for 20 odd years, right? Paul built a company called Warcom when he was 17 years old or so out of his parents' garage. It was probably one of the first e-com stores in Australia in the tech and computer space. Ended up selling about 40 mil worth of product over that couple of decades that he was running that business, and ultimately sold that off to an ASX listed company in 2014. During that journey, he also created the Insightful marketing agency, essentially to help him market and grow the business, build the website, all these sorts of things. And now Insightful is its own entity that builds 100 plus Shopify websites a year and also provides digital marketing services into our e-commerce coaching communities. So essentially, if it's happened in ecom, Paul's experienced it. Our coaches have experienced it. We're experiencing it today. As I said, all of our coaches, all of our experts, all of our people in our communities are live inside of e-commerce accounts all day, every day. We're not just general marketers that give you general marketing advice that have never seen an e-commerce business before. We operate inside of Shopify businesses, so we know how to run Shopify businesses. We know what's going to break in a Shopify business. We know what works in Shopify businesses, so we can direct you because we've been there. We know what's coming around the corner. We've done it all before, bought the t-shirt, so we can guide you in the right direction. And as we say here, the funny thing about the stuff Paul did himself and learned how to do and figured out over the 25 odd years inside learning and practicing and building e-commerce businesses, all of that stuff that worked over the last 2 decades still works today. And it's the same stuff that we use to help our clients achieve incredible results. In 2024, 2025, we kicked this thing off probably 18 months ago or so. And the results that look like this, right? We have businesses that come in that are just getting started, that are doing 10K a month, that are doing 40, 50K a month. Some businesses end up doubling or tripling their business in the first 6 months. Some do their first $1 million year. Some finally crack, the six-figure months or a six-figure year, right? It really depends on what type of business you want to run. Whatever that business is, we're here to help you grow and get results just like this. Results just like the wonderful Sam, who runs a company called Bayside Golf. So for all you home golf enthusiasts out there that want to get more golf in without having to go to the course all the time, you can get a wonderful in-house, in-garage golf sim from the wonderful Bayside Golf. So Sam joined us, and within 4 or 5 months, as you can see here, is 4 or 5 months working with us, they grew their business about 150% month on month. With 2 record months, they went from about 60 grand a month up to they're doing about 500 grand a month at the moment, I think, 600K a month. So significant growth. And what did we do? We didn't change a bazillion things and do super complicated stuff. We pulled some really critical levers, which we'll go into tonight. We improved the website, we improved some messaging, we improved some ROAS through ad creatives. So very simple things that when you know the right levers to pull, you can generate results like this inside of your business. We do have what we call our unhidden agenda. Obviously, this is a free call that we do inside of our communities. And we do these calls because we love e-commerce businesses and we want to meet our next success stories. We want to put your name up inside my slide deck. One day your face could be on this slide deck as we present it to another cohort of amazing new Shopify businesses. As I said, we are teach and do guys. We teach what we do what we teach. Our mission is to help people. That's why we run the free free Shopify Australia group, which is now over 9,000 people. That's why we run our paid communities in the e-commerce circle and Insightful. So our promise to you for this workshop is that this will be incredibly valuable. Even if we never hear from you again, if you don't ever work with us ever, this is the first and last time we ever get to meet you, you will walk away with this with actionable things that you can do in your business today, tomorrow, and next week that will actually move your business forward. As I said, break through that overwhelm, get you that clarity on things that actually are going to move your business forward. But obviously, we do have time constraints, right? We've got an hour here. We'd love to sit with every single person here and do a one-to-one call over an hour, but we'd be here for probably the next 2 weeks. So we will have an offer for you at the end of today's workshop. So for those of you that are interested in some more assistance and would like to work with us longer, work with us more in that one-to-one capacity or one-to-many capacity, get some deeper help from us to achieve your goals faster, would it be okay with you if we were to share that offer with you a bit later on this call? You just drop in the chat, give us a full unquestionable consent that it's okay to drop an offer to you later on this call if you'd like a bit of extra help once we wrap up today. Cool. Justin's in, Shannon's in, Shane's in. Fantastic. Harry, thank you. Good. Next question. Where is everybody at in their journey? Most e-com owners that we meet are in one of these 4 places. Startup, set up, grow up, scale up. Startup, you're in idea formation, right? You haven't started anything yet, but you've got a great idea and you're just about to get running and you're sort of up to that 10K a month, making your first sales, starting to figure things out. You're in setup, maybe getting a bit more stable, finding those winning products, those winning campaigns that are starting to generate 10, 25K a month. You're in grow up, you're smashing 50K months, or you're in scale up and you're crushing 200K plus months, doing a couple mil a year. Let us know where you're at, and then we can sort of tailor how we talk with you tonight. A few setups, some startups.
Waiting for the first sale.
So some startups.
That's good.
Okay, plenty of startups. Good. Okay. So Paul and Delane came to us when they were in kind of startup mode, right? They were doing maybe 20, 30 grand a month. They were kind of struggling to get the right formula. Since then, they've had a 115% increase in their sales, and this was a while ago now. They're now doing even better. They recorded annual growth last year, selling Australia's cleanest collagen and protein. So they have an amazing collagen brand. Again, we refined a few things. We pulled a few big levers. and now they're doing much more consistent revenue. They're now both working in the business where previously they had to have separate jobs and couldn't both afford to be in the business. They're now both in the business, doing video content, loving life, and helping grow their family, so they can make a ton of money and blow it all before they and not give it down to the kids. We just found out recently, so they're well on track to have an amazing life.
And buying more motorbikes. They've so
Buying more
told me
motorbikes.
earlier today. So that was cool.
That's right. Delane loves a good motorbike. So how is it that we get results like this? Is it that we just happen to meet people who are already on track to do this kind of money and we just get to screenshot their sites and talk good about them? So is it just pure luck? Maybe it's magic, maybe there's some magical formulas, or it's just the luck of the universe. Or is there, a system behind what we do? What do you guys reckon? Is it luck? Is it magic? Is it a system? Is it a magical system?
God, we're getting a bit spicy, spooky now.
System.
It's a system.
System. We're good. Everyone is on the right track. It is a system. It's probably a bit of luck and probably a bit of magic involved, but largely it's a system, and it's the system that we call the more orders model, which looks something exactly like this wonderful triangle that's on your screen. And as you can see, there's 3 parts to this model, which are in question marks at the moment. So the next big hard question for all of you is, what do you think these 3 things could be? Take into consideration that these 3 things are the 3 things that every e-commerce business we meet has broken or not fully optimized or could be doing better. They're the 3 biggest levers that you can pull in your business before you concentrate or focus on any of the 400 things you could possibly be doing. If you don't figure these 3 out, you're spinning your wheels and you're just doing stuff that's not going to really generate results. So as Paul have said, the secret here is that they all start with S. They all start with S. Yeah, Max, you're on the right track there. Part of one of the parts of this model.
Yeah, it's got more letters in it than 3. First one's got like 5, and then 5, and then 6, if I'm counting right. So have a guess. Should update the slides, Chris, so that I actually play Hangman at this point. That'd be so much more fun. And whoever guesses it wins something great.
Yeah, it'd be a long game of Hangman trying to guess these 3 things.
No one?
No one else wants to guess. Stock sales. Yeah, it's part of a business, but
the second letter is T. It's the first letter. We can
well,
do this for a while.
The first 2 of them have 4 of the same letters.
Yes. All right.
Wheel of Fortune game. Okay, well, let's I'll put everyone out of their misery. Reveal the answer. I'll win the prize this week. Strategy. Yeah, Max is getting on there. He's whispering in your ear the right things. So story, strategy. Store is all about converting. It's all about having a high conversion website, which is what we talked about earlier, right? You send 1,000 people to your website. If 1% of them convert, you make 10 sales. You send 1,000 people to your website and convert at 6%, you make 60 sales. You make 6 times the amount of money for the same spend, right? So that's why we love conversion. So if you do not have a high converting website, do not go and just start running ads and doing SEO and doing Instagram and doing UGC and contacting creators and doing all of this stuff, because all of that traffic will come to your website and it won't convert because your website's not high converting. So that's why we bang on so much about conversion, and particularly high converting websites. Part 2, which is integrated into your store, but also goes into other aspects of your brand and your business, is your story. And this is all about connecting to a specific target audience, right? And this is about having a compelling brand message. So having the headline and the subheadline and all the words on your website that speak to your specific customer and say, hey, this site is for you. I made this product for you because I understand the problem that you're going through, right? This is going to help you. This is going to solve the problem like no other business can do, right? Having all of these words and all of these emotional resonance and connection with a specific type of person and showing them how you solve problems for them is a massive piece that a lot of e-commerce businesses miss. They just stick a logo on, choose some colors, stick a couple of fonts on, write their business name in the headline, and hope that people are going to understand what they do, why they do it, and why it's different. So these two pieces are the first two things you need to do before anything else. Once those are fixed, then we move on to strategy, right? Strategy is where you start to take control of your business. This is your business model. This is your digital marketing plan. This is your social media strategy, right? This is your financial strategy. This is where you figure out what to do and when to do it. The step by step of doing the right things at the right time in the right order. That is the strategy part. And if you can't figure out the right things to do at the right time in the right order, you end up back to front and running ads to a site that's not ready to convert, or trying to get a site to convert by adding the wrong apps and just loading the site up with 14,000 different apps that just slow it down and don't actually help with conversion. So understanding that step-by-step process is what we're going to get into next. And we'll run through a couple of businesses here tonight. And we'll take you through our fast path plan. So this is where kind of the rubber hits the road. And we show you these are the things you need to focus on to either fix stuff in your business that's broken, build stuff that doesn't exist yet, grow the stuff that is actually working and keep doing that, or make some big moves, maybe hire some team members, get a warehouse, right? Big transformational moves that'll help take your business to the next level. But really, we want to focus on the fix and build stuff. Fix what's broken, build some stuff that you need, and really focus on 2 or 3 things over the next 90 days that are actually going to move your business forward. So I'm going to jump out of this and hand over to Mr. Warren, who pick one, maybe 2 people, and we'll have a look at your site and your business, and we'll run this fast path plan for you today. So this is going to be applicable probably to most of you on this call because you're all kind of set up, startup, early stage. So
I like
process,
this brand.
I'll so what? Sorry,
let's go. I'll go. Let's go. Who owns Fruit Hero? What a very interesting brand. All right, can you hear me, Dave? Can you jump off? Can you turn on mic if you can, mate? Because I'm going to rapid fire some questions that put you on the spot. So first thing is, like, nice to meet you. Hope it's nice and warm where you are in your truck. It's bloody freezing where I am. Forgot to put the heater on. So talk to me about the brand. Like, how did this thing get started? I mean, it looks new from the data that I'm seeing at the moment. Give me the backstory and all the good stuff.
I own a fruit and vegetable retail business in Melbourne. Have for 13 years.
Yep.
Over been in bricks and mortar, and just had a checklist. Wanted to move into ecom, and just had a checklist of things that I didn't want in a business. And this sort of the product or the concept sort of fell into our lap late last year. As I sort of went through the checklist of what I don't want in a business, it met all of them. And yeah, the journey started from there. And we've pretty much, that's the new product that we expect to be, it's being air freighted at the moment. We should have it next week. There was an alternative product, which was a standard off the shelf white label product we could buy from the manufacturer who built this for us. But it was never to the quality or standard that we wanted. So we never really pushed it. We just sort of played with it to sort of do a bit of market fit and, learn all the mechanics in the back end.
Yeah, right. Interesting. So how many people have used the thing so far? Like, you've sold them offline at the moment?
No. We've been selling online. Not this one. This one we've just set up the website to do pre-orders and bits and pieces. Now we had 2,500 units that we brought over. We received them at Christmas, but I was too busy in my retail business. By the time Christmas settled down and we got going, was around sort of March, April. We played with it a little bit. And again, this is all new to me when it comes to sort of getting the mechanics. We sort of ramped up around May, June. And then, I think we did like 200-300 sales in June.
Yep.
And then
awesome.
in between that, the product, the one you see now, is the product that I designed. It's 4 times the size. It carries more minerals. It actually works a lot better. The other one was just a cheap alternative that they had as a standard product that they ran.
Okay.
But again, I was embarrassed about the quality of the products. I never really put my face behind it. I never, there was a lot of AI sort of stuff. It was pretty hacked out.
Yeah. So it's not not electrical device or anything, is it? You just put it in there and it's got stuff inside of it that does the magic, and
That's
it lasts
correct.
for 90
Yes.
days. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so so we'll start again. A Fruit Hero is a fridge filter pod that you put in your fridge. It absorbs what we call ripening cloud and rot mist, which is the fruit gases that fruit produce when ripening, and the mold and bacteria that form on fruits and vegetables and dairy products in your fridge. So it captures them to stop them sort of blowing around and multiplying.
Yeah, right. All right. Cool. So this is what we're going to do. Now, hopefully I'm sharing my screen. If I'm not, let me know. So largely people are going to land on your website and they're going to see this, right? This is what you're working with. And I'll go through a few very specific things. But first thing that you want to do, you want to hook someone in with what we call a H1 tag on your website, right? So heading 1, it's the most important thing on your homepage. People read that and it's a big, bold promise. And they go, yep, sounds like I'm in the right spot. And it also has what we call search-based volume. So it's also a word that people search for in Google. So because you want people in Google to be able to find your website, land your website, and they read that and they go, great. Next thing that's under that, they need to have what we call a H2 tag, right? So the heading 1 and heading 2 tie in really well together. And again, that's another supporting piece of text. And I'll give you some new ideas as we go through this to go, so you can see where I would go with this. Right now, you've got these things that are okay. Again, normally that's how we would do them, but I'd come down here and you'd have like 4 or 5 boxes, right? Like this, and inside the boxes, the short little statements. And as people read them, they go, yes. What we're trying to achieve with everything on the homepage here is people read the promise and they go, yes. They read the next thing, they go, yes. They read this, they go, yep. They don't read anything on this homepage and they're like, I'm confused. They go, what the hell's a Fruit Hero? Right? So you need to explain to them immediately what the product does, what the promise is, and how it's going to benefit them. So for example, your H1 could be something more along the lines of fruit that lasts longer without having to lift a finger. So you land on the website and you go, yeah, great. I do want my fruit to last longer and I don't have to do anything. Right? So you go, good. Sounds like I'm in the right spot so far. Just drop. And then the next sentence would be something along the lines of, just drop Fruit Hero into your fridge. It fights off spoiled gases, bad smells, soggy drawers, so your fruit stays fresher for weeks, not days. Right? So these stuff that you've kind of got there is kind of a bit clinical, whereas you need to be talking more about what people want to read and how they want to feel and what the benefit is to them for you using the product as well, right? So again, if I read that first statement and I go, yep, great. Second statement, yep. Then as we start to scroll down to this section as well, I mean, this is good that it lasts 90 days, but I'm like, should it last longer? Should it whatever, right? So these kind of things that you've got here at the moment, you've gone into them too early. No one knows what a rot mist is. No one absorbs ripened cloud. You do because you've been in the space for a very long time. But a consumer just wants to go, well, I read the H1 that says my fruit's going to last for ages and then it's super easy to use and then rah. Then I come down to this section and it goes, yeah, we've sold, 5,000 of them. Sounds good. Then we go, it's backed by science that is also used in professional fruit storage facilities. So for me as a consumer, I go, well, it's good enough for Coles and Woolies to potential users, probably going to be good enough for my fridge. Then I go, developed by 2 Melbourne brothers with 25 plus years in the fruit industry. I'm like, shit, that sounds good. Sounds better than, buying me from Temu and I've been developed by Chinese and rah. That's not really that exciting, Then we go, what other things we got here? 90-day freshness guarantee, or it's free. Right? So again, you're like, cool, I read that. I read all of that stuff. I'm ready to buy now. So the things that I'm talking about here is what we call brand messaging. And those brand messaging, very simple things that I've mentioned so far, all of them are to convince you to buy, to make a promise, to alleviate any fears that you've got, to not to confuse you with science or any of that kind of stuff. And then the whole point of this is to get you to scroll, right? So you start scrolling and then we go down. Is this making sense so far?
Yep.
Resonating with you the way I'm talking about it?
Yeah. Totally agree. Oh.
Cool. So that's how you handle the top of the page here, because there's a lot going on here. Someone's going to come in, there's like a search bar up there, and there's trusted by families, and there's no social proof about how many, like you said, you've got the AI lady in the little fridge, and I'm like, show me a before and after of the product. Like, here's what your fruit would look like for 90 days in your fridge without this, and here's what it looked like 90 days with your fridge with this in there. So people, go, shit, that looks really good. I mean, you're probably doing that here again, though. You've kind of gone in way too quick into like content. I would then come down into, and this is probably good. Like, so if I read this, and again, keep in mind, like I hadn't read any of your website until about a minute ago, so I'm riffing into this quickly.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Introducing that, the fridge upgrade mum deserves. So, I mean, this is good as well. Let me read it quickly. Last longer, I think this is actually pretty good because you're talking about like rot mist, and that's a thing. And then you talk about the type of technology. That's fine. You've got some of this stuff down here. That's like, there's a lot of text, right? And most people aren't going to read all of this text. You really need to be showing them the before and after. And I would also, like, immediately in here, we need a video of you. Hey, it's David here. I've been in the fruit game for 400 years. Everyone knows me, likes me, trusts me. And I know everyone's fridges stink because they've got old produce in there. So I've invented this product to stop that. Here's how it works. Like, people will want to support you as a Melbourne brand, as someone who is in the space and understands the product, right? So I don't know whether you're further. Are you anywhere on the site at the moment?
Oh, we've just popped. This has gone up 2-3 days ago in the current format.
Okay.
We just sort of popped out of it now because, like I said, it's really been playing in the background, waiting for this new one because of, again, this one works really well. We stand behind it. And now we've done it sort of up until now, we've really just been playing around in the background, trying to figure out how to use Shopify, trying to play around with all the bits and pieces.
All good.
Yeah.
Well, Chris, we have I won't say the brand, but we have a client that does something similar, right?
Similar.
They say the
veggies, brand. A bit more veggie focused, but different.
Yeah, there's like a veggie bag, similar concept, like crushing it. So I know this space well, and I know that it's killing it. So,
the big simple thing for me was I had no idea what it actually was until I scrolled all the way down the site and started reading it, because it's fruit here. To me, I thought it was like a chopping board or something, because the image kind of like, how big is that? I thought it was like a thing that was this big, but it's like a little fridge thing. So from that alone, like, it didn't tell me what it actually was. That was the main thing for me. Like, you need to say it is a fridge freshener or whatever it is. Like,
and actually, to be honest, I didn't. This one just went up, and I overlooked it, but it used to say fruit here, fridge filter pod. It used to actually say that. It used to be, but I didn't even pick up because we were so excited about launching the new one that there's a few things. We're probably approaching it from a launch space, as in everyone knew it, and this is the new one, as opposed to just rolling forwards.
I think this thing's going to fly up. Like, I mean, I've been in e-com since I was 3 years old, right? Like, it's a cracker idea, and it ticks all the boxes for me too. It's small, it's unique, it solves a massive problem. Like, shipping and delivery and everything's good. If they don't like it, they can return it. I'm sure your margins are huge. Like, so it's really just a case of like putting everything in the right order on the website and not overwhelming people where they go, yeah, that sounded good. That sounded good. That sounded good. This bit's confusing. That's confusing. Hang on. I'm not vibing now. I'm out of there. Like, if you can give them too much information to read as well. Gotcha. Right. So first step is we redesign this whole top section of the website, because largely a lot of people are going to be like, hey, Danny, go check out the product from David. You need 7 of them for your fridges. And you're like, great. And she gets her and it goes, she'll be confused as well. Right. And the way she's like, oh, let's scroll down, like you want to be able to send this to like my mum that's, I'll say live on 21, we'll call it. She's, sprightly, right? But she's 17. She's going to go, she won't get it.
Yeah, yeah. In all honesty, the customer base in Australia, when we tested them, skewed 80-20, females over 40.
Yep.
We ran some ads in America, again, not knowing what we're doing. It skewed
Mm.
50-50. And we ran
Yeah.
one in the Middle East for fun, and it skewed 80-20 men. And they were
Oh,
all
really?
50. Australia was sort of probably 55 and up when you sort of look at them by their face and, sort of
Yep.
audited it through. America was a interesting one. It was sort of a bit more spread in age. And then the Middle East out of Dubai tended to be skewed more men.
Got it. Got it. I like that metric. Look at them by their face. It's like it's how
Well,
the audience is.
I didn't know. I didn't know how else to be able to get their age, right? So I've just sort of
Yeah.
went in each profile, had a bit of a look, scrolled through to see what they were about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
So
yeah, it does skew older.
yeah. So the reason I'm going deep into brand messaging is two parts. So the first and foremost part why this is so important is because, like I said, you've got this square or this rectangle to deal with, and you've got this rectangle to deal with on a mobile. If people are on your website for longer than a second or two, they're out of there, right? So we fix that. The second thing, once we nail your brand message, it's so important that you take the same brand messaging. So, for example, you go run your user-generated content, you get an ad, you get a celebrity, you get whoever to talk about your product. You want them saying the same thing in their ad as it's going to be said on your website. So you're like, hey, it's Paul here. I want to talk to you about a product that makes fruit last longer and and it's super easy to use. People go, that sounds good, and then you start getting into the H2, it fights off food, spoilage gases, bad smell, soggy drawers. So your fruit stays, fresh for 90 days. People go, great. So whatever you say here, you say in all your ads. So then when people click your ad, they land here, they convert better. Because if they click an ad and your ad saying something and your Google ad saying something else and your Meta ad saying something else and your email marketing's saying different things again, people are confused and your conversion rate is going to be terrible. So as an example, a conversion rate for you should probably be sitting at about like 7 or 8% once this thing gets going because it's such a unique product. And I imagine I haven't even looked at the price yet. How much is it?
Look, the new one, it's about, we're hoping to be selling them around $49 each.
Okay. All right. Yeah, cool.
They used to be the smaller ones. There were $17.99, lasted 30 days. You needed multiple, so they couldn't handle the volume of produce.
Okay. All right. So let's get into the next part of this now then, because you've got some conversion rate issues here going on as well. Again, I reckon Chris will be like, this is absolutely correct. Like you're looking at this page and most people, if they don't know what it is, you won't know what it is. You can't be like, here is what it's like without our product. Here's what it's like with our product. There is no fruit on this page for one, right? It's all very clinical. So, Fruit Hero version 2.0, all of this stuff, all your product names and everything need to be changed into some kind of promise-led product name. Then under here, I'm going to draw on the screen again. So I kind of alluded to this before, but so for example, this is your product name. Then you should have a short sentence, which should be something like this. This should be up here. Social proof should be up here. You've probably got way too many pieces of information in here. At this point, people just want to know. Let's have a quick read here for 2 seconds so I can scroll down. So you've got a bundle, you've got a pre-order. For me, it's giving off like drop shipping vibes. That's my concern at the moment. Not like this has been invented over a long time between two brothers from Melbourne. Like I know that's mentioned somewhere else, but it's not mentioned on this particular page. Like this should be a video. There should be a lot more going on here about does it ship from, I mean, I know it's pre-order. So normally this would say, hey, it's in stock. It ships from Melbourne. Delivery is how much is delivery? Has it got any information around that? Is that included in the price?
On this one, it is. But yeah, this one went up last week because we had a reach out from a celebrity in the States and we rushed to get the new one up in time. So some of the things that you were speaking of actually were on the previous one. So I'm kind of kicking myself. And then this one was sort of rushed to get it all out and it kind of got lost in some of the things. But I totally get what you're saying. The new product, we will have all the samples, all the products in stock. There's photo shoots and everything booked out for the next week too. again, move it back into it being personalized. But I totally get what you're saying. I really appreciate sort of all the advice.
So, and the reason I'm kind of going hard on those two things is because, as we drew on our beautiful triangle before, if you don't nail your brand message, and I mean like you nail every sentence on that homepage, right? And then if you don't nail what we call conversion rate optimization, which when I speak about conversion rate optimization, I'll speak about it. I will give you an explanation. Like on a product page here, there's about 100 things that should go on a product page that enable that page to convert as good as it can. And when I talk about that, that means the difference between like a 2x conversion rate and a 7x conversion rate, right? Some people get more, some people are in the middle. But like Chris spoke about before, every 100 people that come to this website, it makes much more sense to convert 7 of them than 1 of them, right? So, and you do so by having all of the conversion elements in the right location on this page and on your homepage and on your collection page and on your cart drawer. So this is your cart drawer, which is currently broken at the moment. So, I mean, once this goes live again, there will be a whole bunch of customization stuff that you'll be able to put on there. But if you don't have all the conversion elements on all of those pages, what happens is when you start to run meta ads and Google ads and everything else, you're going to have like, you know, your agencies coming back and be like, hey, Dave, we got like a 4x return on our ad spend. And you'll be like, well, that's great. But like, I need a 6, I need a 7. The way you get a 6, the way you get a 6 and a 7 is by nailing your brand strategy and nail your conversion rate. Right? Does that make sense? Oh, I think, yeah. So,
Totally.
So I reckon do you want to add? I think I'll cover the brand stuff, Chris. I might actually do David's fast path here because I reckon it's pretty clear. I'm going to turn screen share off. Hopefully my tablet works and doesn't die. My kids have been watching bloody Blippi and all kinds of stuff on my tablet. So let's have a look here. And we'll do this for another brand as well. I might get Chris or someone else to have a look for another brand to have a look and see what we can do. But let's get this up for a second, presenting.
So the vision is for the next few days or next week onwards is we'll use the shop as the base framework of me being the professional sort of authority on fruit, selling tons and tons of fruit over the last X amount of years to thousands of customers, and then sort of discussing how fruit ripens and why it affects it, and sort of that's the whole angle that where we're going with it.
That's what you're going to do on the homepage, you say?
Well, that's where all the marketing is going to stem from me, and it's sort of educational style, right? You know, of here these two pieces of fruit, why they shouldn't be put together in your fridge, and how they affect each other, and where things should be stored, and things like that. That's me and my fruit leather apron in the shop full of customers talking about that sort of stuff. Is the
yeah. Sorry, 1 second. What's going on with my screen? It's not working now. All right, cool. All right. So you're going to do meta ads, Google ads. Where is this content creating that you're going to be doing? Other than being on the website, where are you posting all of that stuff? Is I frozen or is David frozen?
We just can't hear him anymore.
All right, cool. I'll map this out anyway, and on the assumption that he can hear me. So the joys of live. So if I was you, so this is an important bit. Before you go and launch a product, that is the website is not in the shape that it should be, I would be fixing a few things before that occurs. Because if you go and he goes to the market, I think he's gone now. Anyway, we'll keep chatting. If he goes to the market and he starts promoting this product and he starts sending people to this website and they don't convert, it's going to cause heaps of problems. Not to mention, most people just will never come back. They'll be like, I heard about that product ages ago. It didn't make sense to me. I'm not buying it again. So it makes more sense to just hold off for a while before doing that and fix these things, right? So these are the most important things. Fix the brand message, right? So absolutely have to nail your brand messaging, which goes all across your homepage, goes through all of your marketing. Number one, takes you like 3 or 4 weeks to finish that. Number two, fix all the things on the website that are going to cause issues with how this site converts. So no use going live with this site. It's converting at 2% when it's going to be converting at 6%, right? Because again, all the people leave, they never come back. It's not a good thing to do. So fix the website. Next thing, once you nail your brand message again, then I would go straight to meta ads. And I know meta ads will crush it for you because we're crushing it for another pretty much a similar client doing a similar type product and helps people preserve their fruit for ages. And her growth has been like this, right? So meta ads would be the next thing you do. For anyone who doesn't purchase on their first purchase when they come visit you, then I would be focusing on how you set up all of your Klaviyo flows. So if you don't know what Klaviyo is an email marketing system that allows you to like automatically email people if they don't buy. If they do buy, it nurtures them to buy more stuff. Once they do buy, it tells them to tell their friends to buy. They leave you a review. So set up all of these things. If I was you, this is where the focus should be for the next little bit, because like you've got to kill a product, right? You can easily be spending 10, 20, 30 grand a month on meta ads and selling a truckload of these things, right? And I have no doubt that it'll convert as long as you fix these things first.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So, when you're ready to do that, we can help you we'll help you fix it. So, any questions about any of this so far?
No, I've sort of been riffing with you as we're going through, so I'm pretty comfortable sort of where you're heading with things. The brand messaging and flipping the site together quickly, yeah, like I said, I can make that happen within a few days. Flipping it
awesome.
around. We're waiting to do big photo shoots with all the products when they arrive, the shop, things like that. So it won't take us long. Like I said, we're more close to what you were saying, and then in the panic to sort of put this together we actually lost our way and we're right back the other way. And so whatever you're saying, it's sort of hitting a bit of a raw nerve with me. I didn't double check. I didn't double check with the kid that works for me that was doing it, and then it kind of becomes super clinical as opposed to personal.
Yeah, all good. Like, I mean, we're here to help you at the end of the day. Again, just to be super clear, brilliant product. Like, I will buy one, and I think you'll crush it. So that's why I get so excited and passionate about this. I'm like, we just need to fix this and this in the next month, and mate, you're gonna fly. So don't go on like put the kids out, you'll go picking on the bananas for the next 6 months, because you did make a good website or anything. Like this is good, I reckon. So we might.
So the bones and the concept, are pretty healthy. It's just not resonating when the customer should come in.
It's the flow of the homepage and the flow of the product page. Because things aren't in the right order and they're not saying the right thing, it's not going to convert as good as it could. And I'm sure you've got a pretty good margin on this thing anyway, so you can have some, like, you don't need to be converting everybody, but like at the end of the day, that's what we're here to help you do, convert as many people as possible so that, and again, you've got a lot of the stuff. Like I said, we've just got to help you put it in the right spot, fix that, and away you go. You'll be flying.
Yeah. Well, look, now my confidence is super up because we made a few sales. My confidence was up because we fucked up in meta, but we know it, that it kind of works. It's testing in to a space that I wasn't never used to. Being in a competitive business space, I'm in fruit and veg. I'm in Oakley. I got 5 fruit shops, Woolies and Coles less than 100 meters from me. So that stuff doesn't bother me. Why we were drawn to this product in particular is we wanted a limited SKU range. I wanted a unisex / one size fits all type product. Moving, using apparel as the thing I don't want. I wanted a product where I could be selling what I'm selling in the moment, as opposed to, clothing as an example where, your winter selling now, you're trying to sell out your winter clothes, but you're still trying to design your summer clothes, finding out you're never present in where you are. And a product that we could be front focused and a lot of marketing and sales, and a product that could be 3PL. I'm sick of being in businesses where I'm stuck in the factory or my business or, building a beast. And I just wanted to be more product sales, business front end. And like when we run an ad in the States, it's summer there. When I run an ad here, it's winter. So everything is interchangeable. So we're going to be doing winter advertising here in Australia, seasonal products that suit oranges and citrus and how it supports those from an information style stuff. And then in the States, we're running summer, and then we take all those ads and then use them here as they're leading into summer here, and take all the winter ads into America.
Oh, it's a great evergreen. It's like a great evergreen global business. You're just like, oh, cool. We're flying over there now. We're flying over here now, and so forth. Yeah, cool.
So
all right.
That's
we
the
might
concept behind
We might do this for another brand if we've got some time. I'm gonna have to. I know we've got to finish this at 6:30, but I'll try and go through it quickly.
I might do. How
Thanks.
about I might do two simultaneously to point out a couple things that everyone can probably learn from. Something a bit different
Okay.
about that.
All right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Go.
there's two others that are in the chat now. I'm going to preface this with similar to what we said with David. This is the importance of brand, and this is the importance of knowing what you do, who specifically you do it for, why you do it, why they should want to buy it from you, and how you do it differently. And I'm going to show you where this doesn't work, and show you two brands. Sorry, one sec. Two brands that are in really competitive niches, and particularly in really competitive niches, you have to have some kind of a difference. You have to have something that stands out from the pack. So let's have a look at these two sites. And yeah, this will be interesting. We haven't done this before, but this will be quick, but I think you'll start to get the idea. So here's store one.
And these people are in the
Lux.
comments.
Yeah, these are from the comments. So Lux Nook Decor.
Okay.
And brand two is Snapback Streetwear. So number one, so Snapback Streetwear it's a streetwear brand, but again, nice video, but nothing that tells similar today. It doesn't tell me what it is. What kind of streetwear is it? Why is it different? Why should I buy it? I kind of get the idea once this thing actually loaded, that there's some basketball sort of focus, but it doesn't tell me anything. It just tells me that it's a streetwear brand and there's some discounts on it. Home decor. Elevate your space with effortless style. I could put that headline, and again, I'm going to be a bit mean here. I could put that headline on every home decor business in the world and it would be relevant. So this doesn't tell me anything. And here's the fun thing. Elevate your space with style, effortless style. Elevate your style with basketball and styled apparel. So we're both elevating. We're both elevating with something with ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Right? So we're elevating our space. We're elevating our style. Right. So this is super, super generic copy. So this is where, for me, like brand, we spend so much time in brand, particularly if you're going to try and go into a decor niche or a candle niche or a streetwear or a cosmetics niche. There's so many other brands out there. You really need to carve out a piece that's distinct to you. So as I continue to go through this, designed for living, styled for you, could be anything. Like what type of stuff is it? I still don't. Is it furniture? Is it pillows? Is it every piece tells a story? That's nice. Like again, pretty generic. We go into statement pieces that wow, decor that feels like home, premium craftsmanship. There's one here that says easy to clean or something. I mean, like again, like it's very, very generic. And this could be, you could put all of this onto like any homeware store and stick some stuff on it and drop ship some stuff. But this is really going to be hard to compete. It's going to be hard to sell this stuff because there's no like standout thing that shows me this does a specific thing in a specific way. And you'll feel the same thing when you go through Snapback here. So, elevate your style with basketball inspired apparel. I start to get it's basketball inspired, and then I go into straight into product. But I haven't been compelled as to like why is this for me? Why do I want to buy this beanie when I could buy any other beanie? It like looks like a cool brand, but I don't really know what the brand is yet because this is cool, but doesn't really tell me anything. And then I go kind of straight into product. I go straight into kind of accessories, which feel a bit drop shippy. And then I get a bit of a story about, born in Melbourne from the ground up, Snapback. And I get this is probably quite new. So there's some stuff in here, but this is the stuff that we need to make a distinction about. This is the stuff we need to tell a really good story, build this up into why the brand is different, how it came about. And then that's kind of it. And similar, we go back to our homewares, we kind of go like some pretty, like this doesn't really tell me much. And then I go into some, like a selection of kind of product. and then
It's a lot of random stuff. It's not
trust,
Chris,
and then like there's no just kind of random stuff and no real.
So to
There's nothing
Chris's
to
point,
start.
right? Most people buy stuff for their house because they have a particular type of house. So if you go, hey, I've got a house and I wanted to have a Hampton style house, they want to go to a website and it's full of stuff that's suited to a Hampton style house. Versus if you've got like a Scandi, whatever, Japendi or something, or a modern classic or all the other shabby chic, you go, hey, you want to go to the website and you're like, I'm in the right place because I'm trying to style my house like that. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, anyone can go to a Kmart and buy all kinds of different stuff, or can go to Freedom, and Freedom, you can buy stuff that will work in most houses. But looking here as someone who's purchased a new house, like, and moved in a month ago, and I'm looking at a lot of stuff here. I'm like, it's just scroll slow for me, Chris. There's like, go from top to bottom. So I just want to see the types of products in here. Like, and whoever brand this is, by the way, please feel free to come off like mute so you can tell us like who you're trying to target. Get out a bit more, Chris. Again. Like I'm seeing shelves, and I'm seeing a globe, and I'm seeing some vases, and I'm like,
there's
what kind of house?
no reason to buy yet, right?
Well, it's more what kind of house does it for?
Mm.
So like you go again, a simple example, right? You go to Nick's Garley because you go, I know the kind of stuff that they sell and it will suit my house, Then you go to bloody Fantastic Furniture and you go, look, I don't have lots of money. I'm going to Fantastic Furniture. I'm just looking for budget kind of things, right? But there's a feeling that you get when you go to the shop, and there's a feeling that you get when you go to the online store, and then you feel like you're in the right place. So the number one thing, even when we talk about from a brand messaging, we're like, what is that? Like, how do we say that in a sentence for this? So
it's for a type of person. There's a type of person that you're trying to speak to.
And I'm looking at that, and I'm like, nothing's coming to me even at the moment to try and like really label that person. Like, because effortless style is like, to Chris's point, like effortless style is a real throwaway term. It's
so is
not
that your space.
yeah, they're not promises. So, whose side is this again? By the way,
there's
your hand up. Oh, that person's probably gone now or something.
Yeah.
Even if we go back to the other brand, the streetwear brand, like you're trying to compete with the likes of Front Runner.
Yeah.
Right? Adam Sullivan, I think that's his name, yeah. Dude's killing it. Like Adam has a brand. He rocks around in his Porsche. He's a cool dude. He swears. He does his spin kicks. Like, he's got a brand. So that by the time people get to his website, Front Runner, and he's got Cunnies or something, and he's got EBT, and he's got everything going on. You know what I mean? Dude's winning at life. But you know why you're there, and you know the community that you're also joining when you buy that brand, right? So that's the really important bit. You go, who am I selling it to? How do I want them to feel? What promises am I making? What community are they joining? And then as long as I'm ticking all that boxes, then we move on to the other stuff that I kind of spoke about with David. I'm like, do we have all the conversion elements? If we do, it's going to buy. Like, so again, we go back to the conversion elements, things like social proof, always other people are buying the product. Always other people are saying this stuff about our product. Always other people are tagging us on Instagram. Right? All that good stuff. So, for you, you've got to just think about what does the brand feel like before they even get to the website? And then like Chris said, what does it feel like when they're on the website? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. When we first were doing the website, because this is brand new for us, me and Shanae sort of argued about that. What Chris pointed is down the bottom of it, where it kind of tells the story where that should be. So the born in Melbourne part, blah, blah, blah. So we ended up putting it down the bottom, but Shanae thought it should have been at the top, and this is the layout that we just sort of went with and gave it a crack. And
it's bringing this up into the core messaging of like, why do you guys exist? Which I want to get up here. Like why do I want to buy a snapback?
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is particularly for a sporting. When you come on, it's a sporting website. So eventually there'll be, this one is focused on basketball, ideally. So all your accessories, hats, snapbacks, and then hoodies, or anything to do with basketball, realistically. And then,
So
we're still working on getting licenses and whatnot to extend to holding different teams and selling that next to our products as well.
What you want to say that though as quickly as possible, right? So you want to be doing something like, you know, streetwear born on the court and built for culture. People are like, yeah, that sounds cool. Like this streetwear brand was born on the court. Anyone who plays basketball, no one's going to go, that sounds crap. They're all going to go, I want to wear streetwear brands for basketball that was born on the court because I play basketball. You know, that's your H1, then your H2, you know, from snapbacks to essentials, every piece is designed in Melbourne with hoops, heritage, and real hustle in every stitch. Again, I'm making these up on the fly.
Right, but you're like people,
yeah, and then trying to make them a bit better. Where people go like, but that sounds good, right? You go, yes.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I want that, you know. And then you get into your trust statements, and I know you're using Dawn theme, which like you can't do a lot with Dawn, unfortunately. So like you can only go so far. So
I think it's saying it's Ride.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're all pretty like they go in.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Do you know? Right? So
yeah, you can tell we're beginners at this.
Yeah. But the good thing is everyone starts somewhere, and the good thing is we've got solutions to all those problems. So, but again, nail your brand. I just want to repeat this: you got to nail the brand message for this. Like super important. You go like, what's your H1? What's your H2? What's your trust statements? How do people feel? What is the promise that you're making them? Then you go build the beautiful website. You already got cool product. The products look great. Like your logo is cool. The font, you've actually chosen good fonts. I see so many activewear brands and stuff, and I'm like, bro, your fonts are crap. Your product looks shit, and your brand name is terrible. And try again. You guys have got good products, so at least you're going good there. So whoever did that, give yourself a clap. That's good. Fix the other things, and then away you go.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah.
All right, cool.
We gathered there was an issue somewhere because conversion rate is pretty trash.
Yeah, it's a lot of trust stuff, like people trusting 100%. Editor.
We honestly know this is going to be a money pit for a little bit. We understand that, but we just want to get it right.
Yeah, doesn't need to be a money pit. If you say the right things and you build and you attract people to the message.
Okay.
And you attract people to the community with the right message, they'll join in droves, right? So then you don't need to spend a lot of money on ads and websites and all the other stuff, you know? So, but it's about the right message to the right audience and get them to join your movement.
Yep.
And then just making your website like convert as good as it can and blah, 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 you know? And then away you go. Like, again, backtracking. Why does Adam crush it? Because he has a consistent good message to every video and to everyone he speaks to. And people go, I like the guy. You either like him or you don't like him. I think he's awesome.
Who's Adam?
Adam Sullivan from Frontrunner. Yeah. You know, but it's the same with LSKD. It's the same with Gymshark. Okay. It's the same with all the... What's that brand? Is Danny still on here? I think she was on here before. There was a brand you mentioned yesterday. Do you even lift or something like that?
Yeah, do you even... And then there's Never Home in that sort of gym, sportier space and stuff. Like, do you even... He came from nothing and exploded. He's now stocked. I don't know if it's Big W or Target's just picked him up.
Yeah,
like, he's killed it. He's driving around with Lamborghinis with his logo down the side before that even happened. Like, he's never walked in a gym, you know what I mean, to work out, but he's created this brand, his message, his community is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and you can do the same thing, like exactly what Danny said. They've made a community, they made a movement, they said the right thing. Their website is clean. He's now just clean and like basic. It doesn't even have all the conversion elements that I would put on it, but it still works well, right?
Yeah.
So
they built first.
All right.
Yeah, I think we'll move on. I just want to do one thing here. Your store is Lux Nook Decor. Your logo here says Home Decor. And your logo at the bottom says Lorana Decor, so Home Decor. So I'm not sure if you're in between brands or you just haven't updated this for whoever's site this is. But yeah, I would choose one brand name and put one logo because that's also a bit confusing. I get it could be a new build. I just wanted to point that out before we move on.